Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Psychic Medium Ray. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a reading on Tilman Fertitta. He is one of the most powerful men in the world, worth billions. He is the owner of Mastros, the Houston Rockets, Landry's, the Post Oak, I believe, hotel, other properties and other businesses that he has, and also very well known. I believe he is a friend President Trump. I could be wrong on that, but again, I feel like they know each other or their paths have crossed. And so I'm kind of excited to read this person. He is married to the beautiful Paige. I believe her name is Paige Fertitta, his wife. And he has a few children. I feel like four, five, maybe four. They're all grown, handsome men, beautiful children, beautiful family. And just going to give the heads up, maybe this reading will cross paths. Um, somebody that he knows or one of his children or family members might see this and be like, hey, dad, there's a psychic on YouTube. Little old me, I'm no one special, just a psychic medium, giving a reading on someone that I don't know anything about other than what's out there already. And I try not to even go by what's out on the social media, or look at it. So I'm just going to give the tea from spirit again for those of you that are newly tuning in. If you want to hit the subscribe button to my channel and also the like button, it's very much appreciated. So as my gift, how it works when you book private readings as well, I just will say this. Um, I can see sometimes things that are a little future oriented. It may not make sense in the moment, so hold on to it. Sometimes you have to put the clues together of what is being given from spirit. So let's see what's coming up for Tilman Fertitta. Okay. So immediately it's the star card. When I see the star card, I feel like this is about things improving in his life. You would figure like he's a billionaire, how can his life possibly be, affected? But just because someone has money or billions doesn't mean that it's not stressful or they don't have stress. Maybe their stress is a little different than ours, but there's definitely people always wanting something. But I feel like this reading has more to do with his health. And I picked up like when I see the star card for me, it indicates like health will improve as well. So he might have some health conditions that is not known to the public, things that he's going through. We all do as we age, we get older, we have problems. And I felt it's very interesting. I felt like cardiovascular somehow affected. It's an area to watch. Again, I'm not a doctor, I don't diagnose, but this is from a spiritual perspective, what I'm getting and as a medical intuitive. And I also felt like the Queen of Wands, like he's very proud of his children, very proud of his family and the accolades of his wife and her philanthropic nature of wanting to give back and do charity work and helping others. I do feel like they also, I feel like he's moving money around. So there's money here, there's money in other countries. Predominantly, like I feel like in Europe for some reason. I kept getting money over there. And so he might have some properties or businesses that are overseas or international as well. I felt the Four of Wands. So this is about celebrations and like a lot of new beginnings. So I feel like he's at the point in his life where he has nothing left to prove for anyone. He really wants his kids to start taking on some of the businesses and people that he's put into place that to run it for him. I feel like he's living his best life. I do feel like though, then call me crazy, but in the family, there's going to be a pregnancy or a birth. It's somebody that either the kids know or it could be one of his children. But I definitely see like someone falling pregnant and giving birth. I also see like he's going to do something. There's something with Target, and I know this is like, well, duh, that's like looks like Targets, but the Two of Swords doesn't mean that. Just because there's a target there. The Two of Swords typically means in a tarot reading, or a psychic reading, it indicates like you don't know what the future holds, but you're gonna have blind faith, right? And you're gonna have to make a decision soon. And so I feel like there's a lot of decision making that's being done. I feel like he's going to be selling some assets, moving them around, acquiring some new things, and I feel like everything's going to go well. The magician just shows me like he's very resourceful, very crafty. So Tillman gets what he wants always. Like I feel that, but he never tries to screw people over, because the thing with a lot of people of wealth or status, sometimes you find that I'm sorry, that they're not honest or they're not, but I feel like he's actually very intellectual and very spiritual on some level and kind of I feel like he might feel a little alone at times, because yes, you might have money, but to a certain point, it's just like anybody else. When you acquire something, and you wanted it so bad, like it could be a pair of Louboutin shoes, and then you get them, which I did. I bought my own very first pair, and I hardly wear them. I don't have anywhere to really wear them to, but it's almost like all that fuss that I made for it, and I have it, and then now what? Same thing with him. He has a lot of toys, and I say toys like cars and properties, and um, he could be anywhere he wants. But sometimes it's just like the moments that you have to yourself to read books and to enjoy a good cup of vino, or a good cup of bourbon. I just feel like with him, it's that, and I do feel like things are moving really fast all around him. I feel like his life is constantly like people are coming and going, or like it's always when it's business, And I feel like also his wife has been put into this, but his wife is actually a grounding force for him. And I feel like without her, his life would look a lot different, And I think that she came into his life at a good time where money could have pulled him in a different direction. But I do feel like, he's very also in love with her. And I feel like, I do feel like she's also being recognized and he wants her to also be successful too. So I feel like he's set up things for the fact, in the future, if it's someday, we're all human, we're going to eventually pass, that his family is set up and is okay for the future. And I see him always being the leader, always taking the leadership role, always planning, I see him also, it's very interesting, acquiring some exotic pieces. And then I see something with the Dubai. So I don't know what it is with Dubai, but I keep seeing like either a trip to Dubai or business dealings in Dubai. And I see it being very lucrative and money around that. And what's most important to him is his family, his grandchildren, great grandchildren that he might have. I do feel also like there's going to be something cosmetic that he has done, or like some procedure that is done to maintain his youthfulness still. But he's aging gracefully. I feel like he's a very generous soul. I do feel with the moon card, there's a lot that's hidden, a lot that people don't know. He knows a lot of people that are billionaires or millionaires too that are not necessarily good people, but he, has to kind of like do business with them. And but I do feel like he enjoys his time at home. And I do feel like there was a scandal, which I won't talk a lot about it here, but there was a scandal like someone, I feel like another female that's not his wife, either at some point making accusations or insinuations that he wasn't faithful or whatever. And I just feel like this person is bitter and still keeps track of him, or keeps like looking. I don't know why. And I feel like he's experienced loss as well. I feel like there's a mother figure and a father figure on the other side with him and around him. And I feel like they're together. So I don't know if his mother and father have passed, but I keep feeling that. And I kept feeling like this feeling of like they, it almost feels like he misses his parents and his grandparents, like his family, those that have crossed over. But he's had them in dreams. They've come to him and he feels things, he's seen things. And I feel like, you know, he has everything, but what he wants is good health and whatnot. And I just feel like this hasn't come without hard work, getting to where he's at and making sacrifices for his family, maybe like missing certain functions, certain things to, that's the thing that you don't realize that when you're a business owner or I can't even imagine the stresses that he has. But I definitely feel like there's a lot of people that are not happy with some of the decisions that he's had to make as far as like selling property or getting rid of certain businesses and making, and so he needs to be careful. There is somebody that definitely has it out for him. I do feel like there's somebody in his family that is suffering from some type of addiction, not drug per se, but like it could be like just like obsessed with work as well, and or something that they're doing in excess. It could be alcohol. Sometimes alcohol can be a form of escapism, and it helps you. But I feel like they'll get it under control, so he need not worry about that. But I just feel like a lot of people see this family, and a lot of the kids that have friends and whatnot. Some of them actually have frenemies. I feel like people who um, they're the friends, to their face, but behind them they're gossiping. So sometimes it's best not to divulge too much, and it's best to focus on that. But I also felt like I feel like Tillman shouldn't be working with emerald, the color emerald or the stone, or also like incorporating um crystal pieces into his space, like amethyst, like large clusters of it. So, I feel like those are very, very important to getting in his house um or homes that he lives in, is incorporating some aspects of that, and also feng shui. And I also felt like maybe like wearing the color red as well, like on his left hand in particular, because that's the hand that receives, would be really good for him. But I feel like yeah, that I feel like there's still a lot of stuff that we will see with Tillman, and I feel like there'll be a lot going on in his family, but I feel like everything is going the way it's supposed to be. So I want to thank everyone who is here still, my subscribers, my rays of light, and best wishes and hugs to uh, all the family that I have read for Tillman. And I wish them all the best. So thank you so much, guys. Until next time. Bye.